shit, what the
Close the blinds!
Alright, let's get the book. If you clicked on this video, you did it because you noticed the disturbing little animatronic on the thumbnail with the title happily being named What the Future of Fnaf Fan Games Look Like. And can you blame me for calling it that? Fan games have come a long way, comparing even direct remakes of old released fan games that seemed so simple in comparison to the giant projects that we have today with teams and incredibly talented individuals. It is no surprise that through the years the quality of fan games have only increased and increased again. However, it seemed that for a certain period of time the quality seemed to stagnate. While of course improvements were still being done ever so slightly to the graphics and fun factors of those games, the community didn't really seem to know how to make the game scarier. They didn't know how to take these newfound weapons and advantages and use them to their full potential. That is, until this year, when Graveyard Shifts promptly came into the scene, kicked everyone's ass, amassing insane levels of popularity in what were only days, had allegations be released about the creator, and left the face of the internet as if nothing ever happened, leaving us all thinking, holy shit, that was awesome, I want more. And that's exactly what we got. If you watched my last video on Graveyard Shift, you likely already know what I believe it represents, and that I believe many fan games will now begin to look and mimic this style of horror, embracing that analog side of the game and really trying to push for an experience that truly feels as if you were a 90s office guard trying to fight for your life as animatronics crawl into your office space. So how about it? How well does Freddy's Reanimated recreate the style of horror? Freddy's Reanimated, created by Shady Store Games, is a reimagining of what the original Five Nights at Freddy's could have looked like. You can see this clearly when jumping into the menu, where you're met with a very familiar face. This familiar face, together with, of course, the old FNAF 1 menu song, immediately gets you into the zone and excited for what's to come. Although, of course, there is a clear noticeable lack of Freddy here. However, this is just a menu, so let's stop rambling and jump straight into the game and its story. Or should I say, lack of story. Freddy's Reanimated has no indication at all to what the lore could possibly be, instead just throwing us straight into the demo of the game, and honestly, I'm not mad about that, and I'm kind of glad they did this because making the videos a lot easier and it's a lot more risk-free of me getting anything wrong, which admittedly I seem to get around constantly in these videos. When getting into the office, you'll likely notice the first thing, and that's of course the clear lack of ability to get into the cameras. Instead, the cameras are actually a genuine object in your office, and not just a little screen that you pull up that covers your whole screen. No, it's an actual camera system, where you slowly cycle through each camera, wanting to punch your monitor with how unbelievably slow it is. Turning to your left, you'll see a door, which unlike the FNAF 1 doors, however, this is just a normal door, with a blind to the right of it, which I'll soon mention what it is used for. And I probably don't even need to mention this, but holy shit dog, this game is gorgeous. Good looking FNAF games are really nothing new, but a majority of the time, it's always a good indication of what's to come. And so does the gameplay back this up? Well, kinda. In this demo you'll really see only two challenges, Bonnie and Chica. Bonnie works in a simple manner. He'll travel down through the restaurant and through your cameras, until eventually he reaches your door, where you'll very clearly see him over here in the window. And you can probably guess then what this blindfold is for. Chica, however, works in a completely different manner to how her FNAF 1 counterpart works, because Bonnie still has some similarities, but Chica just doesn't. In a nutshell, Chica will slowly walk up to this door over here. When she is here, you'll be presented with an option to flash Chica, which will send her back to another camera, keeping you safe for a few more seconds before Bonnie kills you. If you don't do this, what Chica will then do is she'll run around outside the pizzeria and run into your office to kill you. No, I'm not joking. That is how she actually functions. And well, that's it. Besides that, there's really nothing else that comes forward as a challenge. But I will mention, if you do manage to survive throughout the whole night, you actually do get to see a glimpse of our friend Freddy, because right as the clock strikes 6 AM, your power runs out. And I think you know what that means. When his inevitable jump scare happens, we get to see a little picture of a mountain, and then finally a picture of Mike Schmidt, because yeah, I lied, I think this actually counts as lore, so perhaps this game does have lore, but come on, we can't make anything of this. This really doesn't mean anything besides probably that just Mike died. That's it. And so, what did I think of this game? Well, very simple. This game is pretty cool. Okay, yeah, sure, the game is incredibly short, but it's exciting in some ways. While Freddy's Reanimated is quite the gorgeous game, helped by using the Godot engine instead of good old Click Team Fusion, something that worried me a bit was the gameplay factor. If that rings a bell, it's because I had a similar scenario with Virus J's demo, where I found the game to be drop dead gorgeous, and yet the gameplay in the nicest way possible was the complete bore fest. Admittedly, I never played the full game, and likely never will, but I see a worrying sign of this repeating itself here. While sure, the gameplay isn't terrible and is in no way whatsoever similar to Virus J, just complete bore fest, it also doesn't wow me. It's just kind of generic. But of course, this is just a demo, and it doesn't seem to at all contain the massive theme that Virus J had, and so I'm willing to cut it some slack and give it time to ferment. However, I will simply say right now that, yeah, Freddy's Reanimated is pretty boring. It may look great and look incredibly scary with its visuals probably inspired by Graveyard Shifts. I can't say whether this is completely true or not, but it's similar, it definitely is. But if it's inspired, I can't say for sure. But sometimes, looks can be deceiving, and this is such case. But as I've mentioned before, I believe it is necessary to give this game some more time, and give the creator time to create more challenges. Because who knows, maybe this will be a Fredbear scenario, where each night of the game will actually be a different challenge, and instead we won't just be in the office again and again and again. I hope this is the case, because I love fan games that do something like that, but I'm not going to hold my breath, and I'm going to give the creator a chance to show off the game. Because the game is good, it just needs a little bit more time to be cooked up. However, that is only my opinion. And if you disagree, then please feel free to scream at me in the comments so that I can gain that sweet, sweet YouTube algorithm attraction, which I desperately need. And also, maybe give this video a like, or even a dislike. Any form of feedback would be incredibly helpful and I would greatly appreciate it. But that's enough of me. I'll see y'all next time.